Well, good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, November 10th, and you can see there's some heavy equipment out here because that was for putting the roof panels up there this week. They have started seriously getting the flat roof down. They're still working on the soffit and fascia, as you can see from the video, the drone footage. And the good news is they're starting to, about half the roof laid down up there. Down in here, you'll see big hole and another hole over here, and these are for the sewage and the water. The electric was off this transformer here that you can see. That got connected in, well, not connected in, the pipes and the wires have been run, the conduit and the wires. The had a challenge this week, though, that kind of ticks me off. The city, not very smart, considering this street was just put in the year 2003, and they really did not know where the sewer line was on the road. They gave us a marking on the road 3 different times, and we had to spend 2 extra days digging at the renting of backhoe and the labor involved because they were off by 14 feet. And I'm going to have to deal with the city on that one at some point, but they owe me some money as far as I'm concerned. And that's going to be a challenge, but can't let them get away with it without a fight. The house looks really good. You can see they've added from the drone, but also up here, the soffit and fascia around the front portico area has been done. They're working back here by the garage. They got some of that on. See the panels up on the roof. Some of the outdoor lights are, I think I mentioned that last week, the lights are on out here. But they're making good progress on the roof finally. It's taken a long time, but that's just kind of the nature of the way these projects go. And in the house, you will see some changes regarding, well, number one, they cleaned the place up. Yeah, look at this. All that cardboard that was laying there is gone, swept the floors. That's encouraging. There's a countertop, there you go. On the bar area, they have the counter put on there. It's a nice stone. It's called Fantasy Montreal, which you will see in 1 second. And there she is, Miss Marsha.
This is my island.
This is your island.
This is our island.
It's spoken like somebody who's living on a beach. What do you mean your island? It's beautiful. That is absolutely stunning.
We literally looked for a year at different stores, and pretty much a lot of them were very much alike. And they were called different names at different slab yards. I'm trying to think, Blanco, whatever. We looked at a bunch. And we walked into MSI one day, and I don't even know if we were looking for the island material, but we were walking through the slabs, and this caught both of our eyes. We were just like, this is really different. And we were looking for something that wasn't different, but not too colorful and not too busy. I felt like, here we go again with Goldilocks, but this was just right for us. One of the things we wanted to make sure of is we knew that it was going to have a waterfall and on one side of the island, and we wanted to make sure that we selected a stone that had something that was unique about it. And I want Bill to show you this one area that has beautiful quartz in it.
This area right here.
Yeah.
It's and they did a beautiful job of maintaining that exact spot throughout the top and the side.
Yeah.
The waterfall area. They did a beautiful job matching all this.
And when it's lit with the lighting above, it's going to really be very showy and very pretty. So we're not going to have a kitchen table. This is going to be where we sit and watch TV. I'll be on one side, he'll be on the other, and I think our guests will enjoy that as well.
So. And what's nice is we had that made 8 foot long, so there's about 6 foot of actual open space for seating from the end of the cabinet to the waterfall area, and that gives us plenty of room for 4 people to sit here and not be jammed in. Also, you'll see the thickness of the apron on this. It's a 4-inch apron they put on, and we asked for that. It just makes it look a little beefier, makes it look a little more finished.
And it's wrapped on the inside as well.
Oh yeah, and you can see on the inside,
Mhm.
we had it wrapped on the inside as well. So you get that finish looking at it from pretty much any different angle. So they did an absolutely beautiful job on that island.
And
And you
then
can, oh, yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
was just going to say the countertop. We have our sink that I think that was put in last week, but the countertop, it's very dusty.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be, I didn't want it to stand out. I wanted the cabinetry to stand out, and I wanted the island to stand out. So it's a very muted gray, and I think that, and it's quartz. The island is quartzite, and it will have to be sealed, and I will have to make sure that that's maintained and sealed every year. But we don't have to worry about sitting glasses down with watermarks or wine marks or whatever with it being sealed. Now, the quartz is kind of a different, it's like ground up pieces of quartz with some type of polymer as a binder. And that, the only issue we're going to have is that it is not, it's heat resistant, but not heat proof. So we're going to have to put some things near, like where we have the air fryer when we take something hot out. So we will have to be a little more cautious with that. But the quartzite is pretty much heat proof, although we will probably baby it because I would never want to put any kind of a mark on it.
Plus,
So,
it's not exactly an inexpensive product.
no,
So
I would not.
every
want to.
video I complain about money. Do you notice that? That's because I keep getting surprised with these extra charges, like I explained the backhoe problem with the
Yes,
city.
right.
That's terrible.
Well, and
It's
in the
ridiculous.
last video, I was talking about the selection that I had made with the hardware. And I had taken strips of the sampleized product to find out the size. And I changed my mind. So the reason I changed my mind, and one of the things that I think is really important when you have a fairly large project, is to be open to seeing when things are installed. Once the island and the countertop was installed, I kind of took a look around and I thought, we're going to have a lot of other black items, and I want there to be black as being like this, 10% of the design. And so I thought, do I really want black hardware, or should I go with something, since we're going to have stainless appliances, a stainless steel look? And so I have gone with the stainless steel look, and we'll show you those as soon as those are installed, probably in the next week or two. So.
Yep. The another thing I want to point out is they did a beautiful job. These guys do great work. It's GNC flooring in the Vegas area, but the finish work on these countertops is nothing less than spectacular. The fit in here, they had to guess at the gap they left this. They measured it and left that gap, and that fits in there absolutely. You can't fit a piece of paper in there. Gorgeous work.
It truly looks like a built-in. It is a
Yeah,
built-in.
I mean, but it does look like
Yeah.
a built-in. Yes,
It does. Yes.
You want to look at any other rooms?
Yeah, I thought we would take a look in the powder room, as that's finished, the countertop is. And then also we can kind of take a look at your office bath, the guest bath, of what they have started, and what we can kind of discuss what is to come.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Nice to have the trash gone.
Yeah, that's what I say. It looks a lot better in here. There's so much trash.
So it may be difficult to see, but this is the powder room. And I did not want there to be any kind of a backsplash for this sink, because we're actually going to be having wall tile laid all the way up from the ceiling to the floor. So that will act as the backsplash in this room.
And that light, that socket you see, there's going to be a round lit mirror. It's going to have backlighting and front lighting. So and then we're going to have a couple of pendant lights that hang down from the ceiling with the towel. It's going to be beautiful in here when they get that in. And we bought a piece of art that we are going to put on this wall. I can't really gauge it now, but it's right above the toilet area. And that'll be a little piece of art in there to give it a little finish. So.
Okay. So let's take a look at Bill's office bath. They've started framing it in, and we didn't know if his sink area is going to be a fabricated sink, and we didn't know if they were going to build this on site or if it was going to be pre-made and brought in. And we found out Friday that it is going to be pre-made. And so he and our builder, Herman and our builder, have worked together to come up with a plan as to what this framing needs to be. And so hopefully it will all fit. We will see.
And here's the fun part of all this. Let me open this door here real quick. There's plumbing back in there. As you can tell, this is about a 7 or an 8-inch wide area. And we have to plumb the sink and the faucet, the drains and the faucet into that area. So the plumber's going to get a little bit of a challenge there.
And there's actually going to be a linear drain here that goes into the central plumbing. And
Right.
there will be 2 faucets. And I know it's kind of difficult.
Yeah,
to,
we'll talk
to
more
see.
when it goes
Yeah,
in.
we'll talk
Maybe
about
in
it.
next week, actually.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, I'm very happy to see the trash gone.
yeah, well, I'll be getting that invoice tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
People see trash. I see money. There's money in trash.
That's right. That's what
Anything
we hear.
else back? I haven't looked in our master.
No.
Nothing back here?
Mm-mm.
Nah, it's more of the same. They haven't done anything back here this week. Take a quick peek while we're here. No, nothing yet. I'm still waiting to put that track in. I have to get a piece of glass, a 3/8 inch thick glass that's going to sit on this pony wall. You can see the wall here, and it goes up, and there's going to be a track in the tile going up. We're going to put a 4-foot high piece of glass here that's going to kind of just keep the water in the shower from coming out onto the sink area. But I can't get the glass ordered until they get the track in. So it's got to be an exact fit.
And one thing I wanted to say about the hardware is I have found some very unique and beautiful, it is very artistic hardware from Etsy. And we'll be sharing that once it's installed in the cabinetry, in the bar area, and then also in Bill's office bath. And I'm currently looking for some unique pieces for the powder room. And so I'm very happy to have Etsy to draw from. And to be honest with you, when you're looking at a lot of pieces that need to match, the best prices that I have found have been on Amazon. And they are heavy weight that I found. They are a zinc alloy rather than solid brass. But I've decided to put the money where you're really going to notice it more in those unique rooms, those unique spaces. So I think that's about it for today.
Let me just do a quick walk through into the garage and make sure. Nothing new back here. Oh, don't look like there's anything new out here. They're supposed to start wiring these panels. I purchased a couple of panel-mounted surge suppressors that I want to get in here. We're doing all LED lighting in this house, and even the garage and everything. It's just nothing outside of LED. And the problem with LED is they're sensitive to voltage changes sometimes. And I've had issues in the past where if you get a surge, you get a brownout, or you get some kind of a hiccup with the electric, it can blow out your LEDs pretty quick. So anybody who does a lot of LEDs in a home should definitely consider $100 for a surge suppressor. The problem we have is we have 2 panels with 2 200 amp feeds coming in. So I had to buy 2 of them, but they just basically the ones I bought plug right into the panel. So that gives you a nice little buffer in case you get any kind of electricity spikes, and protect some of the, we got a lot of money on lighting in this house. So anything else you want to say?
Not a thing. Thank you again so much for following along. We're excited about the progress. Bill and I had a little chat this morning about it is getting a little long in the tooth. I think every project gets to the point where you're like, I'm getting tired of searching and looking, and there different issues come up toward the end, and you're like, oh my gosh, not one more. But that's just part of the process. And so we're still hanging in there. We're still happy that we have considered this endeavor and that we're going down this path. But we appreciate the encouragement that we've gotten from our friends and family along the way. Thanks again for watching.
Yep.
We'll see
Thanks,
you next
everybody.
week.
See you next week.